Well, welcome back to Women She Codes. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Today I have Miss Toni Royal here with me. Thank you so much for coming, Miss Toni.
Absolutely.
Oh, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling really good, a little tired, but so happy to be here.
A little tired or a lot of tired?
Man, listen, I'm exhausted.
So why are you exhausted? What did your day consist of?
Well, I just flew in from Nashville. I've been up since like 3 this morning, and then just been like ripping and running, talking to family, taking care of business, all of the things.
So you live in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
So is all your family in?
Yes, majority of my family is in Rockford. I'm the only one in Nashville.
Okay, so what made you so before I get into like what made you move to Nashville, how long were you in Rockford for?
Yeah, so I born and raised in Rockford. I was here until I went to college in Nebraska, so up until 18, 19. Yeah, I'm a Rockford native for sure.
So you went to college in Nebraska?
Well, I did 2 years at Highland Community College in Freeport, and then I did 2 years in Nebraska.
Okay,
So
nice. So and then so then you decided to move to Tennessee. When was that?
I decided, so I've been in Tennessee for 4 years, 4.5 years, and I absolutely
In Tennessee.
Tennessee. I love Nashville. I really, really do.
Is it just like the hot Southern hospitality?
So that's part of it. And it's so crazy because when I first moved down there, like people up north are mean. We are rude. We are so rude on top of people. We don't look them in their eyes.
Yeah.
Like none of that. So when I went to Tennessee, I carried that same, practice. And people just like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. I'm just like, why you saying that? Eventually that started to wear on me. And it's like, oh, okay, people are actually genuinely nice here. So let me start nicer.
You're breaking out unthawing.
Unthawing.
Illinois. Yeah, I definitely understand. 'Cause I noticed that when I was like a teenager. Because like I don't know if it's all people or just Black people in particular, but like when you look at someone and like,
No, for real.
so yeah, that's interesting. Just that little difference in reading each other, just being around people. That's very interesting. So, who are you? And what your question to you is for you? Who is Toni Royal today? What is the highlight of your life as of right now? And what do you stand for as far as what you're doing?
Yeah, so Toni Royal. So my real name is Antonia. But and I would tell you like the backstory of the nickname Toni. So basically, before I moved to Nebraska, my nickname was Nene. And like all of my family, everybody from Rockford like know me as Nene, like my friends and family. But when I decided to go to Nebraska, I'm like, these folks are not about to be calling me Nene. Like, you're not, like, and you're not Black, you're not calling me Nene. So I'm like, Toni is a cool, neutral name that I can give y'all to call me. So I've been Toni ever since.
Yeah, it's
But
in between names.
exactly. So Toni is, I feel like everybody say they're real, but I really I believe in honesty so much. I believe in authenticity. And I just believe in like just being yourself. And I'm a pro-choice type of person. Like whatever you choose to do, I'm with it.
So, how do you incorporate like honesty and just being yourself in your craft? Because, well, if you didn't know, Toni Royal she's a successful published children's author. You write children's books, you publish children's books. Yes, what else do you do when it comes to children's books?
I mean, I do it all, honestly. I write them. I don't edit. I get somebody else to edit because I'm really not good at English or grammar, honestly. Yeah, I'm so serious. But, and then I also help other authors write their books as well. So,
Okay, so how did that all start? When did that begin?
So one random night I had a dream that I was an author. And like I said before, I don't like grammar or English. So it was just like, why did I have a dream about that? Like being an author was never on my radar, ever. So I'm like, okay, I had a dream about it. I remember the dream. Let me start writing, I guess. And then I started writing, and here we are.
And you just started writing, the rest is history.
The rest is history, literally.
Wow. At what age did you have that dream?
I had that dream. It was like 2017. Yeah, 2017.
So how old were you in 20?
I'm trying to think. I think that was like, hold on, it was 2020. That was 7 years. So 21. Like that was like 21.
So you just went to college?
Yeah.
You went to college for a little bit and then you
Yeah.
had the dream. And then looking back at that dream now, like, what do you get from that as far as like purpose and meaning and knowing like you're on the right path?
The thing is, I didn't know I was on the right path because, like I said again, like I really struggle with, to this day, I struggle with spelling, like grammar. I don't like it. So it was just like a book and me. Like I would read a book in a heartbeat, but like to actually write a book, it was just like, that's crazy, but I'm going to try to do it and see what happens. Like going with the flow.
I feel like people take that in two ways because I know some people who just go with the flow and they don't try to do anything. They just like let life sweep them wherever it goes.
Yeah.
And then some people who go with the flow, meaning like they listen to their intuition, they listen to like their feelings and emotions and what's right, and then they keep on going down that road. And they're not, and they don't ignore those red flags.
Right. Or the green flags.
Instagram name is Hub Black Library. I love that name. What does being a Black author mean to you? Because I did see a video yesterday and you were saying something about how it irritates you how non-Black authors write books about Black children.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, like there aren't a lot, well, at least there wasn't a lot of representative literature growing up, all the books was about Sally and Kevin. Where Keisha and Tyrone at? You know what I'm saying? So for me it's like I'm really trying to diversify the literary industry because it's like our children are already like lower on the literary, scale, and they don't see themselves. They don't have the accurate representation, the accurate storytelling. So I'm going to try to do my part by, creating books for them with them in it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's so beautiful because I'm a teacher. So it's beautiful, like, to see my first graders go to the library and pick out a book about their hair, about their kinky hair.
Yeah.
We need people.
Exactly.
We need people like you to push diversity into the school because if nobody's advocating for these children, it's like life is just going to keep on.
And for me, it's like, is this like just a money grab? Because diversity is just trending now. Just like you trying to hop on the train all of a sudden. Where was this at 10 years ago? You could have wrote a book about it. But, like I just wanted to know what the intention was. So, yeah.
And that goes with everything in life. Like, Aunt Jemima, like the Cleveland show where we have white voices acting as Black actor, stuff, the little stuff like that has to change. So
yeah.
Appreciate you for you're needed. The literature world. How many books have you written and published?
So I think we're like 12, 13, somewhere around there.
So how hard is it to get a children's book published? Because I feel like, yes, we've spoken before, like I had this children's book and I got it edited almost.
And you playing, by the way. Just bring it up.
For the longest time, it just felt like a lot of work. So, and still, the stuff I've been doing, the process I've been doing, it kind of has been a lot of work. So, like, as far as like getting the right illustrations and the money and making everything perfect. So, like, how do you take someone else's dream and like help them get a book published in like an easy way?
Yeah. So honestly, because I've done it so much, it's like a little bit easier. But if I'm helping someone, I'm gonna let them know whatever you don't know how to do, hire somebody to do it. Because I'm not about to stress over it. So if you don't know how to edit, like I don't know how to edit, I'm hiring somebody to do that. And when it comes to illustration, it's just like, okay, are we focusing on like the price or the quality of it? And like, let's just go from there and just pick somebody and go with it. Because although this is like your baby, your book, you can always make another one. So if you don't like this illustration, your next book, it'll be somebody else. Keep it pushing. Like, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta get this. But yeah, I can't wait to release my children's book. It's called Being Your Mommy, and I am definitely, obviously, I'm going to go through you to help me get published. So yeah, we'll talk about that on another note, so being from Rockford, right? Do you feel like you would be as successful as you are now if you were to stay in Rockford?
No, sorry. And that's just my honest truth. That was part of the reason why I moved, because it's just like I felt so stuck. I felt so stuck.
What were those contributing factors to you feeling stuck?
I think it was the job that I had at the time. I wasn't getting paid that much. I just kept seeing the same people, the same roles. I was going to the same. It was just like so repetitive. Like it was just like, okay, I know there's more to life than Auburn Street, Kilburn, work, home. Like it's just like, okay. And then also like there really isn't like a sense of true community here. Like it's very cliquey. And then also it's like pseudo supportive, like pseudo meaning like fake supportive. Right, exactly. And I don't want you to be better than me in no way, shape, or form, right? That's how I felt. So in Nashville, don't get me wrong, like people are people. They're gonna, but it's just like it's so different.
Yeah.
It is so different. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just,
Yeah.
I have that question because like my podcast is streamed out of Rockford, of course, but I have high hopes for Rockford.
Yeah.
I really hope that Rockford can get their shit together and actually come together on like some Rockford pride type stuff. I see that now. But I just hope it doesn't take another 10, 20 years to do that, because it's like I be having the sense of like a crowd is in a bucket mentality. It's like everyone from Rockford is kind of stuck in that same Kilburn, Auburn Street.
Yeah.
And it's like when they see someone else doing something to elevate, it's just like, well, I'm not doing that, so I'm going to support you.
And that's exactly
going to lift you up more than you already are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
Yeah, it is very sad, but that's the reality.
Yeah, that is sad. But still, I'm sure you've had some positive influences on your life to like help mold you as a person. So you can be an author, a publisher, and all this, but like to the core, like who in your life like made like a substantial impact on you to make Toni Toni?
I would say my grandparents. Absolutely, I am a grandparents child through and through. Okay, shout out to my parents too. Like my grandparents are so supportive. Oh my God, they are so supportive. They actually funded my first book because like the illustrations are expensive. Like if people don't know, like illustrations can be extremely expensive. So it was my first book, and I'm like, oh, y'all help me. They did it twice. Two of my books they funded. Yeah, and I'm like so grateful for them.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then what other like values have you have installed in you?
Mm-hmm.
And your...
So specifically my grandfather, he's like such a positive person. He all like for like as long as I can remember, he'd be like, "You're gonna be a millionaire." You like all the time. And then also just them being there, like their presence and just everything about them.
So you being an entrepreneur, right? What is the hardest part about being an entrepreneur in your field? Because it takes a lot of like self-drive and self-determination to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because no one is like they're not on salary with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes a lot of drive. So what keeps you going? What's your drive?
I think my drive is, first of all, I really enjoy what I'm doing. So although I really put in work, I'll be putting in work, but like it doesn't feel like it, and I really, really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
the work you put in is like fun to
you. It is. I enjoy it, and I'm learning something all the time, every day. So it's like,
yes, that's a beautiful thing. If you can find something where you can learn from, that's just irreplaceable. Like even with this podcast, like I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations and bumps along the road, but I wouldn't trade it for the world because I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about people from doing this podcast, and yeah, I just think that's a beautiful thing. And we always should be constantly learning wherever we go.
Exactly.
Like even in our job, if you're in a job where you can't elevate or you can't learn, then you need to leave.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So what is the worst part about being an entrepreneur?
The inconsistency and money. Okay, because right, like when you have a job, you know you get paid every 2 weeks on the dot, right? And if there's an issue with your paycheck, you got management to go, so you got HR to go to. Yeah. And like, and also because like I don't have employees, but I have like contractors and stuff and freelancers, so I gotta pay y'all. And now I ain't got no money myself, but for the books, for the kids, we're gonna keep going, you know.
It's your company investing in yourself.
Absolutely.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Like, I ask this question because for me, it's like you're already doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're already successful in a lot of people's eyes. But what's the next level for you?
So in my head, the next level is to automate my business to where I can step back.
Okay.
Where like you can just order a book and I don't have to personally pack it up and ship it. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's just completely automated. And then honestly, I want to move out the country to teach English.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You have a country in mind?
I do. So the thing is, in 2019, right before the pandemic, I signed a contract to go to China to teach English right before the pandemic hit.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was going to
What
China.
did you go to college for?
So I went to college for psychology and business.
Okay. But you can still.
Yeah, because I had a teaching certificate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was.
You were gonna move to China and teach English.
Yeah.
Why? Why? What was the reasoning behind it?
There was no reasoning. I didn't want to be. I'm experimenter. Like I love adventure. I love to just try things. Like why not? I can always come back home.
Why not?
Why not? You know.
Interesting. I love your free spirit. You're scared of me.
Say that, but I'm really like I'll try some stuff. I really will.
You like adventure. You like experience.
I love it.
Learning. You love all that. That's inspiring.
Thank you.
And you definitely too big. Your mindset is too expensive to stay in Rockford. I know that for sure. So, but even so, like you still coming back to Rockford and showing me to when you can. That's still a beautiful thing because Rockford, you were born and raised.
Yeah,
it's in your name.
It is. And I wouldn't dare say I was from Chicago because I'm from Rockford, okay? Like, so many people say that.
Yes, so many people do say that. I'm from Chicago. Yeah, we're in the Chicago area, but no, you're from Rockford.
Exactly. Like,
Big difference.
A big difference.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of.
At all.
Sometimes. I'm just kidding.
Love it.
Rockford, but you guys know what I'm saying. So I was looking at your Instagram page, and one of the quotes that was on your post was like, "I used to criticize my work, now I admire it." So how have you developed like a self-love for your work without being so hard on yourself? Did you have to develop that mindset over time, or is that something that was kind of installed in you when you were young?
No, I definitely had to develop it over time because, like, I don't know, for some reason, like, you just want to be a perfectionist. You want to get it right the first time. You want it to be perfect. You want it to be good.
Is it because, like, you were scared of people's judgment?
For sure. 100%. Like, I feel like creativity in any form is, like, vulnerability. Whether it's like painting, singing, dancing, writing a book, you're vulnerable.
You're vulnerable to like the interpretation of the viewer.
Exactly. And not just the interpretation, like the criticism. So it's like, but like now it's like, you know what? This is not how I look at it is I'm doing this for myself, but I'm just sharing it with the world. So I don't care like how you feel because this is for me, you know? This is internal, intrinsic motivation.
Yes.
Type. So yeah,
I'm doing it for myself, but I'm sharing it with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that mindset because a lot of people are creative and are beautiful artists or whatever craft that they're in, but they're so scared to put it out there because they only get one like that right there is like that's the wrong mentality to have because you're depriving the world of your beauty, of your creativity, because even if that one person likes it, it's
right. But like, it's the thing is like, people don't understand, like when you like, what's the word? when you impact one person, you change the whole universe, right?
Sure.
Exactly. Because that one person can have, 1 million followers and they take your stuff and, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, very much so. I totally agree. Or just changing that one person's life, making them have a better day to make their kids have a better day.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's still a change.
Yeah, you get it. Absolutely.
You get it. That's why I love conversating about certain things, because it's like sometimes you just have to talk it out in order to understand. And so that my viewers can understand too, because I just feel like you have so much to offer when it comes to inspiring women and just being a free spirit and just putting yourself out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. So another quote I saw, and this kind of goes into what we were saying. You said, doing things by yourself and for yourself without an audience. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Doing things for yourself, by yourself, without an audience. Okay, so I feel like we live in a world where you can't do nothing alone. You always have to have somebody around you. You always have to have a camera in your face. It's just always, you need an audience all the time. And it's just like,
Yeah. It's like you go somewhere to for a spiritual retreat, and it's like you have to record the whole thing.
right. And it's just like, it seems so performative.
Yeah.
Like you're living life for others instead of living life for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like obviously social media has so many negative, impacts on our mental health and social well-being. But, I feel like a lot of social media influencers have imposter syndrome, where they're like being someone else for the camera, and to the point where they don't even know who they are anymore.
Yeah.
And that's scary, because if you want to be an influencer, there's nothing wrong with it. We use social media, but
Right.
it's I think it's easier for me and you, because you have your certain craft, your own craft. Your social media is all about books. Mine, well, my Instagram, this one will be all about podcasting and stuff. But a lot of influencers do have social imposter syndrome because of what they think their viewers want from them, and that's sad. So, how do you take a break? How do you differentiate your social media life to your real life?
Well, the thing is, I don't think there is a differentiation because, I am public library. I am, I'm Toni, that. This is literally me, through and through. And it's on my Instagram specifically, you'll see, I'm posting my books, but you can also see that I'm in nature a lot of times. And that's because, I love being in nature. So, that's a part of me as well. You know what I'm saying? This is really me through and through.
Yeah, showing your true self on social media.
Yeah. Seriously.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So obviously you read books.
I do.
And one of your books that you read, I kind of stalked your Instagram page, obviously, is The Power of Habit, and The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I love those type of books. As you can see, I have Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
All about self-help books. What are some habits of highly effective people? What are some habits and tips and tricks that you've implemented into your life to make you a more effective person overall?
So habits include, I would say my main focus is just my mental, right? I'm literally talking to myself all day, every day. Sure, I'm just Antonia, get it together. You need to focus on what matters. You need to focus on the solution, not the problem. You need to focus on, the things that benefit you, because where your attention go, energy flows. So if you're thinking about all this pessimistic stuff, you're going to get more pessimistic stuff in your life. So right, so you need to really have your mental on lockdown.
Yes.
And that's my main, it's mental. Yeah. And then also environmental though too. So it's I don't know, people don't understand how another person can impact you just like this. So if you're in a shitty mood, not saying you're right, absolutely not. but like that rubs off on people.
And
So it's like I can't be around people like that. I can't be around low vibrational people all the time. That is draining, and it impacts me in many ways.
it does. It does. It's like you lose focus on what you want to do in the vibration that you want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous just to even have a friend.
No, for real. It
It's
could be.
like I have friends that I love to death. You know what I'm saying? But I know that they're not on the same
Yeah, that's real.
frequency or vibration as me. And it's just like, as much as I want to help you,
Yeah.
as I want to be there for you, I can't, I can't, how am I trying to say this? Obviously, I can't let your mood affect mine, or I can't say I can't hang around you, but I can't let your thoughts intertwine with mine.
Exactly.
It's like, as much as I try to help you, it's just like I'm a good listener, I'm a good friend. I hear what you're saying, and it's just like a teeter totter, and like there's no resolution because I can help you, but you have to help yourself.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, I love your mindset. I feel like like I said, I feel like me and you were gonna get along just fine. Like, and it's all about vibration and frequency.
Absolutely.
So when did you start learning about that type of stuff?
And it's so crazy because I feel like I've been like this for like since I was a child, like it was like the discernment was real. Even with adults, it's like, ooh, not her, not him. Like it, you know what I'm saying?
Moral compass.
Like something. Like I don't know if it was like y'all auras or what, but it's just like, I can't mess with you. Like I don't know. Maybe it was just being like super observant or discernment. I'm not entirely sure, but
Or it could just be like that intuition, gut feeling that you know someone's not good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as far as like your social and like personal life, do you feel like you have a good circle of support team that you interact with now? Or do you feel like there's some people that still you have to you love them from a distance?
There's definitely people I love from a distance, but I absolutely love the support I have right now. I absolutely love the support that I have right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you said being creative is losing the fear of being wrong. And I think we talked about that already, about just being creative and just not giving a fuck about what someone has to say.
Yeah.
Have you had any experiences of like people criticizing your work?
Let me see.
Because I know I have. And like I remember I posted a clip before about I was talking about like old school love versus new school love. And it was like in the clip, it was like that 20-second clip. It was like I said something about how like back in the day, my granddad stayed with my granny forever. He took care of her even though they didn't get along for shit. And it was just like some people took that out of context and like, you know, the thing you're talking about offset. And I was like wanting to respond to everything. But then I was like, no, I can't. And I had to learn. I was like, I can't do that. I can't get upset because of someone else's opinion.
Yeah.
I think they watched my video.
You're right.
They watched it, and they didn't catch the full context. And I'm the type of person that's just like, if you give me criticism, even if you're mad, I'm gonna listen to it, and then if you're right, I'm gonna make the change.
Exactly.
If you're wrong,
How you do it?
yeah, I'm just building that resistance to criticism, and I feel like,
Girl, yes.
yeah, I feel like God will like give you what you can handle. Cause like say I had like 10 bad comments, but say if I had like 50,000,
yeah, you it's fine. I would say that was yeah, you got me.
I mean, that was a curveball for me. So I'd give it through.
It was. I would just say honestly, forgiving people. Okay, that's where I'll go with that because it's so easy to like you did me wrong, you wronged me.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna cut you off or we beefing or whatever the case may be. And it's just like you make mistakes too. So like I mean, and we're people. We're literally flawed in so many ways, right? And there's always gonna be a conflict no matter what. So it's just like learning to forgive people, including myself. Like a really big lesson recently.
Yeah. And going, like, bouncing off that, I've learned that, like, forgiving people because they don't know what triggered them to the way they did towards you or not support you the way.
Oh,
It's just like sometimes you have to forgive people,
talk
meet
about
them
it.
where they're at so that you can keep elevating and growing, because I know so many people who whine and cry and yell about how nobody loves them, they're not getting the support they're getting, or whatever else they're crying about on Facebook. And it's just like, all right.
You know what? And let's talk about it right quick. Okay. So one thing that I had to understand is that if you don't tell people exactly how you want to be supported, they don't know. It's not common sense. Okay? It's not. I really had to understand that, because it's like, okay, say I have 5 friends, right? Friend 1, she likes my post. Friend 2, she would just text me, oh, I saw this, congratulations. Friend 3, silence. Friend 4, they actually like come to my events and things like that. Whole time, like, support to me is like giving me money. But I never told them any of those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I'm getting no support, even though they're showing support in the ways that they know how to. But I never voiced to them, hey, if you donate to here, hey, if you sponsor this, this will help me out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I told them to do, because it's like you can't expect people to put money. Like,
Right.
specifically, do you
Exactly.
know? That totally makes sense.
Exactly.
And friendships, relationships.
Right. Communication is the key.
Yeah. Yes. So what's something that you've learned as far as being a better communicator, as far as that you have to communicate? Words and everything in order to brand yourself, brand your business. So like, what are some good tips that you can even give me as far as communicating with people and like building a rapport with people?
So with communication, I always use like I statements. Like I try my hardest not to say you.
Okay.
Because like that.
Make me feel.
Right. Because like it puts somebody on defense. And I don't want you to be defensive. I want you to be open arms to me so we can have a good relationship, right? With relationships, being persistent. Like I post a lot because I want to be on the forefront of your brain as much as possible. I want you to see me. I want you to remember me. I want me to be in your subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? But when they come
About we think about children.
exactly
About Toni Royal.
exactly like when you have a baby shower coming up, you should be like, oh yeah, Toni, she do write books. Let me grab a book for this baby shower. You know what I'm saying? And also, like doing something for somebody. If you really want to build a relationship, you like do something for somebody. You have to give. You absolutely have to.
So you're definitely giving back in so many ways.
Thank you.
So you did bring a book with us.
I did.
And I'm so excited to hear it. It's called Melanin Labs.
It is.
And can we hear it, please?
Sure. So we read all of it, or it's not long. It's not long. It's really, really.
It's like you're in front of
Okay.
20 children.
Hi, kids. You want me to show you the illustrations too? Okay. So this is The Melanin Labs, written by yours truly. This is my latest book that I've written. This is my absolute favorite book. So here we go. Melanin Labs, all are welcome. Straight teeth, missing teeth, crooked teeth, no teeth. It doesn't cost to smile. Embrace yours because every laugh is versatile. Melanin Labs, so uniquely made, like a snowflake, loud and long or soft and short. Its range of pitch echoes through the basketball court. And then this is the Melanin Labs can't be contained on a playground where we spent most of our days. Melanin Labs are full of magic, rosy cheeks, and angelic sounds. With laughter, friends can be found. Melanin Labs, uncontrollable and never-ending, causing tears to grace your perfectly structured face. Melanin Labs starting deep in our bellies and rumbling through our stomachs, tasting like red velvet cake on a Thanksgiving dinner plate. And the thing I like about this book is that, like, they don't have facial expressions, but it's about laughter. As are sweeter than honey, smooth and rich like chocolate. Taste buds get excited. Melanin Labs, all shades of brown, mocha, caramel, toffee, and fudge. Smells like cocoa butter, just like grandmother. Melanin laughs warm like a hug, embracing those around like the aroma from a coffee mug. Melanin laughs showing off those unique facial features. Dream big, aim high. You're a natural achiever. There's like a few more pages left. Melanin laughs, contagious as can be. He laughs, she laughs, then we laugh, healing our community. Melanin laughs, a shared language uniting cultures, countries, and continents. They are even laughing monuments. Melanin laughs, laugh as much as you can. The world needs more happy people, from the United States to South Sudan. Melanin laughs, a song to the universe that echoes space, a mere reflection of your melanin race. This is the last page. Melanin laughs, ha ha ha, ho ho ho, he he he. Melanin laughs, have fun, be wild, you're free.
I love that book. And when I saw it on your Instagram, it just meant so much to me because I feel like when Melanin laughs, it is so powerful, vibrating.
Yeah.
Like that book can be taken in so many contexts because I don't know what inspired you to write the book, but for me, I got from it is like melanated people, Black people, we, especially in Rockford, we don't always laugh. We don't always smile at each other, but when we do, it's such a beautiful thing.
It is.
I feel like negativity drives a lot of conversation,
Oh, yeah.
and energy around us. But when we laugh, that energy it's way more powerful.
It is.
Healing.
It is, literally.
So like that's what I got from the book. What was your like driving force behind writing the book?
Oh, what happened was I was working at Amazon at the time, and there's a girl who was working right by me, and she was watching like TV on her phone, and I guess the thing had came up, but she started cracking up. And I couldn't- But then like the next day, it was a guy. He like everybody just stopped to look at him because he was laughing so hard and so loud. And he's like, and they meant for Black, of course. So it's just like melanin last, and it came to me. It just
Raise it, will too. I want to thank you for coming on to the show.
absolutely.
I know we plan on getting together for like 2 months now. I'm very grateful and I'm happy that you came onto the show to support and be here for Women She Codes. Women She Codes is a show all about women empowerment, uplifting women, and providing those cheat codes for the next woman watching. So if you could leave one final last cheat code.
Yeah.
So like,
Be selfish.
okay.
Be real selfish.
Meaning
Prioritize yourself.
prioritizing.
Put you first. Like put you first always. Like even if you have children, even if you have a spouse. Like if you're not at 100%, like how can you help service somebody else?
Yeah.
And honestly, no one's coming to save you. So you need to.
God. Tony, I say that all the time. I say that phrase. I said nobody is coming to save you.
They're not.
You have to save yourself.
You do.
You have to get up and make yourself somebody. You have to take care of your mental health because you can't change anybody's mindset besides yours, not even your kids.
Right.
That's beautiful. Thank you for coming on to the show. If you are looking for Toni Royal and her books and where you can find you, go ahead and give out your credentials on your social media.
Oh, on TikTok and Instagram, I am Pub Black Library, and then my website is pubblacklibrary.org.
Nice. Yeah, get on me.
Thank you for having me.
Until next time.
Till next time.
For sure. All right. And with that note, we are out. Bye.